to the channel and welcome back to day 3 of our Java beginners full course. So in today's video we are actually going to discuss about the operators in Java. So let's discuss that. So first of all, what do you mean by an operator? See, an operator is a symbol that performs some operations. Example, here I have given the arithmetic operators. So let me just discuss something with you. Okay. So the first point you have to understand is that what do you mean by an operands? Operands. So operands are variables. For example, A, B, or the numbers 5, 6, 7. These are all known as the operands. And operators means these are the symbols. For example, here I have given the plus icon, minus, the multiplication. These are things are operators. So operation. So doing an operation means we are performing something on the operands by using the operators. Operation means, so let's discuss an addition operation. So addition is an operation we are doing with the 5 and 6 by using the icon or maybe the operator plus. Okay, so this is this is what an operation looks like. Operation is done with the help of operators or operands. So this point you have to take care of. And now let's discuss the types of operators. We have arithmetic operators, assignment operators, relational operators, logical operators, unary operators, and ternary operator. So let's discuss everything one by one. First of all, we are going to discuss about the arithmetic operators. So as you can see that the name itself stands like arithmetic, which means mathematical. So we can do all the mathematical operations that. So the first arithmetic operator we do have is addition. Addition means simply the mathematical adding the two numbers or two things to each other, adding 2 or 3 things, 2 or more. Okay, so yes, so 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. This is an example for the arithmetic operator or the operation. And subtraction, as you know, we are subtracting 2 numbers here. And multiplication means multiplying the numbers. Dividing means we are in the integer divide. So here integer division is happening, which means we cannot just divide by, for example, if we are going to divide 5 by 2, what's the mathematical answer? 2.5, right? So here you will not get the 2.5. You are only going to get 2. Okay, so this is an integer division. Integer division is happening in Java. So in Python, it's like you are directly getting the 2.5. And in modulus, what's happening is that you will get the remainder. So here you can see that 5 modulus 2 means it will first check how many times the 2 is going inside 5. So 2 will go 2 times. Okay, 2 into 2 is 4, right? So what's the remainder? Remainder is 1. So the remainder 1 is the answer for the modulus 5. These are all the arithmetic operators. Next, we are actually, I have created a slide, an individual slide for every operators. So I don't think it's needed, but still for your reference. For example, if we are saying that int a is equal to 10, this is a variable. Okay, a is a variable, b is a variable. So this is a slide for the subtraction. See, you can see that 20 minus 5, the answer will be 15. Multiplication, if we do this thing, then you will get 24. Next, you are going to get division. 10 by 3 means output will be 3. And modulus, 10 modulo 3, you will get 1. So these are all the, up to this slide, we completed our arithmetic operators. Now we are going to move with, now we are going to discuss about the assignment operators. So here we have equal to, plus equal to, negative equal to, into equal to, dividing equal to, modulus equal to. So assignment operator is kind of linked with the arithmetic operators. Okay, so we can use the assignment operators. We are assigning actually. For example, here you can see a negative is equal to b, which means we are actually subtracting the b value from a itself and giving the value and giving this new value to a. Here I will do an example for a minus 4. A minus equal to 4. Here what you can do is that the new value of a is equal to a minus 4. This is the meaning of this line. Like this, we can put all the other arithmetic operators here in the place of negative. Okay, so that's all about the assignment operator. Next, we have relational operators. So, is equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. Here, this will actually use for the conditional statements, to check the conditional statements, if conditions, like these things. So, I will discuss this thing with the help of some coding examples. Otherwise, it will not kind of understandable. So, I'll just do one thing. If A is equal to B means the values of both A and B will be same. Okay, it's equal to B. And if A not equal to B means A is never ever going to be equal with B. And you can put this as A greater than B or A less than B to check basically. For example, in some cases, there's a program for to check the eligibility of a person who's able to vote or not. So in India, we have the system that if an adult is having 18 years old, he or she is eligible to vote. Okay. So if the age of the person is greater than 18, he or she is eligible. Otherwise, else it's not, right? So in these cases, so we are here use the condition or the relational operator here, right? If the age is greater than or equal to 18, then also he or she is eligible, right? So in like these programs, we are using the relational operator. So by now, we are just discussing the theory. Let's deal with the practical later. Now we have logical operators, logical and, or, and not. So in logical operators, what's happening is that we have to deal with a truth table for and or. In computer organization architects, COA paper, you all are deal with the truth table, right? So truth table for 1, 0. So for example, this is going to be A, and this is going to be B, and this is the value of A and A and B. Okay. Yeah. Now we are checking or writing the truth table. The value of A means 1 or true. Okay, 1 or true. Here 1 stands for true. Just imagine. If A is true, then B is false, then the value of A and B will be false. If the value of A is false, then B is true. The value of A and B is 0 or maybe false. If the value of A is 0 and B is 0, obviously the value, since both are 0, then the AND condition will be false. And if A is 1, B is 1, the value of A and B is going to be 1. Now we have OR condition, right? So this is about symbol for OR condition. Here we have, it is actually kind of revising. I mean, not the revision. It's inverse of the A and B. If A is 1, B is 0, then it's going to be 1. In AND, what is happening is that both A and B must be true. Okay. Here in OR, what's happening is that either A or B must be true. Either. In AND means both, OR means either. Simply like that. Yeah. So this is all about and OR. And not means here we'll only have one variable A, and then we have A not. If A is true or 1, then not A is false. If A is false, then not A will be true. I hope you understand this thing. Now let's discuss about the unary operator. Okay, so in unary we have plus and negative, which means by one value we are increasing increment and decrement. Unary increment, this is known as unary increment, and this is known as unary decrement. Increment means incrementing by one value, decrementing means reducing by one value. That's the actual meaning of unary operator. Only one value is there. And then we have 4 operations like this: pre-increment, post-increment, pre-decrement, post-decrement. Okay, so let's first discuss with the pre-increment. In pre-increment, what's happening is that here we have to increase the value of A before we are going to use it. So for example, if the value of A is 6, here we can say that the value of A is 6. Consider this as small a. In pre-increment, what's the value of A will be 7. Okay. And in post-increment, which means A plus plus. First, we will use the value of A as 6. Then, we are going to increase the value, which means later it will be 7. In for loop, actually, the condition or the concept of increment is widely used in for loops. So we will discuss these all things while we are going to discuss the problems with the for loop. Okay, and this is about the pre and the post increment. In pre increment, we will first increment the value, then we will use it, and in post increment, we are first print the value, then we'll again after that we will use it. And in decrement, same thing happens. Pre-decrement means we are actually decreasing the value. Here the value of A is 6, which means then we are decreasing it as 5. Negative A means we are first reducing the value of A by 1, then we are using it. So it will be 5. And post decrement means we are first use the value 6. Okay, so we will use it as 6, then we will decrease it. So now the value of the A will be 5. First we will use the value or maybe print the value, then we are doing the operation on